From November 5th, 2020 to March 3rd, 2021, NIO stock has closed every single day of trading at $40 or higher. NIO being below $40 per share is at a level I think is just absolutely stupid cheap. And in this video, I'm going to chart the fundamentals for you guys, Wall Street analyst opinions, and why I'm loading up on NIO options right now. Real quick, if you're new, my name's Henry. I worked for Goldman Sachs and other Wall Street firms, but now I just educate people on YouTube. I do research on stocks that I want to buy, and I share those plays with you. You can check out my link in the description if you want to follow my live plays on Patreon. At the end of March, NIO has suspended production for 5 days due to chip shortages, and it revised its Q1 delivery guidance lower. This is a rare event, and I suspect is the main contributor to why the stock has fizzled out to a certain degree. However, NIO posted another monthly and quarterly delivery record as March's deliveries came in at 7,257 units, with Q1 beating guidance at 20,060 units. NIO remains on track to enter the European market later in 2021, with preparations in building out sales and service centers beginning in Q4 20. Researching potential avenues and strategies for a US North American market entry has begun as well. And although NIO has not set anything in stone yet, I think that's going to be a very big opportunity for NIO and for investors to get behind this stock in terms of their enthusiasm. International expansion efforts will be in the premium price segment, as NIO is not aiming to enter the mass market segment directly. Rather, what it aims to do is actually have joint ventures to gain exposure to that segment instead. Given NIO's bright future, a long-term investor will do very well with NIO, but the short term isn't very clear. I'm not a swing trader or a day trader, so it doesn't matter to me what happens as long as NIO ends 2021 higher than when it was trading for today. That's what I personally look for in a stock. Does this stock have a long-term potential, and does this stock have the ability to outperform the general market? At this price, NIO offers a very interesting investment opportunity that many institutional investors have already seized. The recent sell-off in technology stocks has given us some very attractive stock prices. This company has the growth, investor appreciation, and government help to become one of the main players in the EV space. I predict NIO shares could double within the next 6 months. Of course, I need to tell you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a finance bro making YouTube videos over here. However, when I look at the facts, I find it very hard to believe that NIO and Tesla, for that matter, will stall out while delivering beat after beat in terms of their earnings and deliveries. I love both NIO and Tesla, but what I find interesting about NIO is their market and their niche. You need to be different to stand out. You can't do the same thing as everyone else. Many agree that EVs will be one of the hottest sectors in 2021 and 2022, but there are still many companies in this area to choose from. That's why I looked long and hard at NIO before I recommended it on the channel, because I wanted both the stock and this channel to continue doing well long term. And it was very important for me to take a look at an EV company that truly has a differentiating factor to it. I also like to make concentrated bets so I don't have to look too much into stocks and actually let them work for me. So NIO and Tesla made the most sense for me. I've said in my previous video about Tesla going to $1,000 that you can check out right here, by the way, that I've been in it early and a lot of my wealth is inside that stock. The same goes for NIO. I bought in the low teens. I really don't have any plans to sell it anytime soon. Some investors will always claim that investing in China is just too risky. But Henry, NIO is going to be a really risky company because, they're in China and we don't know what's going on. Well, have you guys taken a look at America lately? The politics are absolutely insane. Money printing is insane. And the citizens are kind of insane too. So for me, I like having exposure to China. I like having the opportunity to look into China and see that that's the biggest consumer market, and they work really hard. They don't expect free hand-me-outs, and that's why their economy is booming right now, and that's going to be very beneficial for NIO. The Chinese consumer, they're very hungry for money, and they also like to show off with their money. So both of these things are good for a luxury car company like NIO. Unlike many of the new names in the speculative EV space, NIO has a proven track record of making cars that work well, and they can also compete with Tesla in terms of price and efficiency. On the latest battery day, NIO announced that by the fourth quarter of 2022, its solid-state 150 kilowatt-hour batteries will be available. This should allow older models to get a range of up to 528 miles to 566 miles, and the NIO ET7, that's gonna be up to 620 miles. While there are other factors to take into account with this technology, we are talking about something that is more than a year away. And just bear in mind that Tesla's Model S has about 400 miles of range, so that's gonna be absolutely stellar on NIO's end. Speaking of batteries, it's a well-known fact that these components require raw materials. of which nickel really stands out to me. Over the past few years, commodity prices have been going up, and nickel specifically, nickel's price and the demand have risen considerably, but in a great turn of events for EV manufacturers, and more so really for NIO, the Chinese are now converting low-grade nickel or NPI into nickel matte, which has around 65 to 75% of the nickel content, so they figured out a way to really reduce their raw input costs. Prices have dropped sharply since the news was announced on March 5th, and due to its connection with China and geographical locations, NIO is set to benefit the most from this. Input and production can add up, and this is a significant advantage on top of the financial support that NIO already gets from China anyways. Lastly, I said this about Tesla FSD or full self-driving, but I'm also optimistic about NIO's inroads in autonomous driving technology. NIO has partnered with Intel's Mobileye, which I believe has one of the best technologies out there for autonomous driving. The latest NIO model, the ET7, already features this technology, and there's even talk that NIO could offer this technology as a service, potentially making it a very great software company, and we all know that software companies have very large profit margins. Without a doubt, I'd say that NIO and Tesla have become the most representative companies in the EV sector, hands down. Both have differences, but overall they offer a similar product and address a similar market. The market is so large, it's actually large enough for two dominant players to absolutely crush it and both become trillion-dollar companies. Both offer cars that run on electricity using battery technology and price ranges for their cars that start at around $60,000. Both NIO and Tesla benefit directly from government subsidies. Tesla through regulatory credits, while NIO has received direct investment from their government, which is also spending a lot of money on developing the necessary infrastructure to make EVs viable in China. Most people live in apartments, so battery as a service is going to crush it there. Putting a price on NIO or Tesla is a very hard thing to do because many factors are coming into play here. But again, if you follow this channel and you're a subscriber and you want to get stupid rich, you already know that I'm very bullish on Tesla and NIO, and I think both of these stocks can double. I personally like owning both. I'm very heavy on Tesla because I like Elon Musk. I think Tesla is doing a lot of great things with their vehicles. I just made a video on them. I also invested in Tesla early, so I don't want to sell the stock due to taxes. EVs are a great area to stay invested in. I told my patrons that I'm selling puts at the 35 level for NIO, and that's a fantastic way to get into the name. When you sell puts, you obligate yourself to buy that stock at that strike, so selling puts is a bullish strategy. For the bigger risk takers, you can also buy some call options. However, I would go with leaps. A leap is a long dated option that expires many months down the road. That way you can give NIO some time to prove itself into the market, and you can see if it's going to keep delivering results, giving yourself the time for the stock to actually appreciate. When you buy a call option, you are essentially gaining control of 100 shares of the stock without having to put up the money for actually buying 100 shares. When you buy a call option, you pay the option premium in exchange for the right to buy shares at a fixed price called the strike price on or before a certain date, which is the expiration date. I typically recommend people trade weekly options. However, monthly and even 3-month options are just as good, especially if you're going to be buying options. For NIO, the specific play is I would go with the January 2022, honestly, because that gives you the rest of the year for the stock to actually move and for NIO to play out its story. If you want a video on call options, I have a fantastic video that you guys can check out right here. I teach you exactly how I pick call options, why I pick them, and how the fundamentals of options really works. Let me know in the comment section below if you're getting into options or if you already have options on NIO. As always, beware of scammers in the comment section, and I will not ask you guys for payment unless you want coaching or a course in which you're gonna go through my website. Other than that, do not believe any shady person that's telling you to message them on WhatsApp. That's not me. So just stay careful. I just want to make sure nobody's going to be losing money for no reason, that they could be investing in the market. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Be aggressive in learning, but be safe investing.
No one ever sees me.